Good afternoon and welcome to Croke Park. It's Sunday the 15th of November and today marks the start of Ireland's Autumn International Series. Today's game is against Australia. We'll all remember going back in the past the great Australian teams that came here, mainly to Lansdowne Road, and the delight that they gave all our supporters. We all, when the players spring to our minds like David Campese and Michael Lina as stars of the past, and we hope that today's team, it's a young team, will bring plenty of new stars as well. Today's team is led by Rocky Elsom from wing forward. Of course, he played with Leinster last season and was part of their European Cup triumph. Today's Ireland team hasn't been together for 6 months since they won their Grand Slam in Cardiff. It's a team that draws largely from Magners League players in Ulster, Munster and Leinster. Of course, Munster are the holders. Today's team is captained yet again by Brian O'Driscoll and sees 2 changes from the Grand Slam team. We see the introduction of Cian Healy for a first cap at loosehead prop, and also Paddy Wallace from Ulster replaces Gordon Darcy in the centre, and today's referee is the South African Jonathan Kaplan. The game started spectacularly for Australia. After 2 minutes they had a try from the left wing Drew Mitchell following the breakdown of an Irish backline move between Brian O'Driscoll and Tommy Bowe. Australia continued to dominate the first half in every phase of the game. They were the masters of the breakdown and in the scrum. The line-out was the only area where Ireland more than held their parity. That early try by Drew Mitchell was cancelled out by a penalty from Ronan O'Gara, so after a couple of minutes the Australians led by 7 points to 3. However, Matt Guiteau at the 28th minute stretched Australia's lead by a further 3 points. So Australia at that point led by 10 points to 3. Ronan O'Gara hit back with a further penalty on 31 minutes, leaving the half-time score Australia 10, Ireland 6. The second half opened with Australia continuing to dominate the game, and things were looking ominous for Ireland in the 53rd minute when Luke Fitzgerald had to leave the field with a serious knee injury. He was replaced by the Lion Keith Earls. Australia shortly afterwards kicked a penalty through Matt Guiteau to bring the score to 13-6. At this stage, Ireland needed to hit back because another score by Australia would have left the Irish effectively out of the game. Duly, Ireland hit back after that penalty. A magnificent run up the middle of the field from Cian Healy, the new prop, getting his first cap, was followed with a pass from Tomás O'Leary to the Irish winger Tommy Bowe, who scored close to the post, Ronan O'Gara converting. Australia, however, immediately hit back. The excellent David Peacock started the move, and it was finished by none other than the Australian captain, Rocky Elsom, scoring in the left corner. The conversion was sublime from Matt Guiteau from the touchline. Ireland, however, going into the last quarter were not to be outdone. They lifted their spirits, showed why they were Grand Slam champions, hit back towards the line again, and it was left with a captain's part for Brian O'Driscoll to score under the post. He took a magnificent pass from Tomás O'Leary and burst through the middle of the field to score right onto the post at the 79th minute. Ronan O'Gara added the simple conversion to leave the scores at the end 20 points each. A creditable draw. Australia had dominated largely for most of the game. However, Ireland's spirit and that last 15-20 minutes showed why they were Grand Slam champions. And today's game, therefore, between Ireland and Australia finished in a 20 points each draw. It marks the 9th unbeaten game for Ireland under the reign of Declan Kidney as head coach. It also marks the 37th Irish try for Brian O'Driscoll. And today also we saw the emergence of David Peacock, the outstanding Australian flanker, with his Man of the Match award. From here we go to the RDS next weekend. It's Ireland v Fiji. No doubt there'll be a changed team, maybe a couple of new caps at that stage. But in 2 weeks' time we're back here for the big one. It's the game between Ireland and South Africa here at Croke Park. It's the one we've all been waiting for. Maybe a few old scores to be settled from the Lions tour, we shall see. So this is Alan Kennedy signing off from Croke Park following what was a fair result in the end, 20 points each, Ireland-Australia. Thank you.